Unit 1 Assessment Corrections Day 1. Number 1. Solve for x. 5x plus 3x minus 20 plus 17 equals 29. I'm going to begin by making my problem into an addition problem. So I'm going to add and make this a negative 20. Then from there, I want to find my like terms so I know what to combine. So I'm going to start with the left side of my equation. 5x and 3x can be combined together. Negative 20 and 17 can be combined together. So when I combine 5x plus 3x, that simplifies down to 8x. Plus, negative 20 plus 17 is a negative 3. And I need to bring down equals 29. I could also extend my equal sign. So from here, I want to figure out what my other like terms are. So I have negative 3 and 29. If I continue with my highlighting, I have the 8x, but that is the only variable term, so there's nothing else to highlight pink. So now I'm going to combine my like terms in negative 3 and 29. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. On the left side, it leaves me with 8x plus 0 equals 32. That 0 is because negative 3 plus 3 is 0. The left side simplifies down to 8x, which equals 32. Now I need to go in and figure out my next step, which is the opposite of multiplying by 8. That is dividing by 8. X equals 4. Number 2, solve for x. 3 times the quantity 4 plus x minus x equals 48. So I'm going to begin by making this into an addition problem and make it negative x. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to distribute my 3 to my 4 term and 3 to x. This becomes 3 times 4 plus 3 times x plus negative x equals 48. From here, I'm going to extend my equal sign. Then I'm going to simplify. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times x is 3x, plus negative x equals 48. Well, if you want, you can go in and you can put an imaginary 1 in front of that negative x. So I want to figure out my like terms. So in this case, I have a 3x and I have a negative 1x. That's the only thing on the left side that I can combine. 3x plus negative 1x simplifies down to 2x. I need to bring down this 12. So 12 plus 2x equals, and I bring down the 48. Well, to figure out what other like terms I have, I'm going to go in and highlight my constants of 12 and 48. Because they're on different sides of the equal sign, that means that I need to do the inverse operation, so I have to subtract 12 from both sides. This leaves me as a 0 pair, so I'm left with 2x equals 36. Divide both sides by 2, because it's the inverse of multiplying by 2. So that leaves me with x equals 18, or 1x equals 18. Number 3, solve for z. 12z minus 13 equals 11 plus 4z. Well, on the left side, there's nothing I can simplify, and same thing on the right side. But I can start by changing the subtraction into addition. So I'm going to add and make that into a negative 13. I'm then going to extend my equal sign. I'm going to identify my like terms. I have 12z on the left, a 4z on the right, negative 13 on the left, and 11 on the right. You can start by moving any of the 4 terms. I personally am going to start by subtracting 4z from both sides. I like to move my variables first, but that's personal preference. So 12z minus 4z is 8z plus negative 13, which equals 11. I'm then going to go in and add 13 to both sides to get a 0 pair. On the left side, that simplifies down to 8z plus 0, which equals 24. The left side simplifies to 8z, that equals 24 still. I'm going to divide both sides by 8, and I get z equals 3. Number 4, solving for x. 5 times quantity x plus 2 equals 5x plus 10. There's no subtraction, so I don't need to change it to addition. And I cannot combine anything on the left side or the right side until I distribute that 5 on the left. So I'm going to extend my equal sign, and then I'm going to distribute this 5 to my x and 5 to 2. That leaves me with 5 times x plus 5 times 2. I'm going to simplify that until I can't anymore, then I'll worry about the right side. This becomes 5x plus 10. Now I'm going to rewrite the right side, the number of times that it takes to match up with my left side. So I wrote it one time, that's not enough, I have to rewrite it again. Now some of you have realized that 5x plus 10 equals 5x plus 10 is the same exact thing. So the answer would be infinite many solutions. Or you can go in and you can figure out your like terms. So I have a 5x on the left, a 5x on the right. Then I have a 10 on the left and a 10 on the right. So I want to combine my like terms. I'm going to start by subtracting 5x from both sides. 5x minus 5x, well, that gives me 0 plus 10 equals 5x minus 5x equals 0 plus 10. So then the left side becomes 10 equals 10. Well, when they equal each other, that means the answer is infinitely many solutions. Number 5, solve for y. 10y plus 9 minus 2y equals 4y plus 3y plus 12. So because there's subtraction, I'm going to go in and I'm going to change that to addition. So I'm going to add and make that into a negative 2. Negative 2y. And now I want to find my like terms on each side. So I'm going to extend my equal sign, and I'm just going to focus on the left side for right now. I have a 10y and a negative 2y. Then I have a 9. Well, the 9 I can't combine with anything, but I can combine the 10y and the negative 2y. So with that, I would like to go in and rewrite the order so I have my like terms right next to each other. 10y plus negative 2y simplifies down to 8y. Then I bring down my plus 9. I cannot simplify the left side anymore. That's as simplified as it can be. So now I'm going to focus on the right side. I'm going to identify my like terms. I have the number 12. Well, that's the only constant. Then I have 4y and 3y. This time, I do not need to rewrite anything in any order because my like terms are already right next to each other. So 4y plus 3y is 7y plus 12. Well, because the right side is not matching up with the left side, I have to rewrite that again, 7y plus 12. And from here, I need to find my like terms on each side. So I have 8y and 7y, 9 and 12. Just like before, there are 4 ways to approach this part of the problem. I personally will subtract 7y from both sides, but that is not the only way to do it. So 8y minus 7y leaves me with 1y plus 9 equals 7y minus 7y is 0. So that is 0 plus 12, which is 12. Then I still have like terms that I want to combine, and that is my 9 and my 12. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. That leaves me with 1y equals 3. Number 6, solve for c. 8 times the quantity c minus 2 equals 8c minus 10. So because there's subtraction, I'm going to add and make it an addition problem. So I'm going to add and make it a negative 2, add and make it a negative 10. I'm going to extend the equal sign. The left side I need to distribute the 8 to the c and to the negative 2. So 8 times c plus 8 times negative 2. I'm going to keep solving the left side until I can't anymore, or simplifying the left side. 8 times c becomes 8c, plus 8 times negative 2 becomes negative 16. Well, I cannot combine 8c plus negative 16. So that means that I can focus on the right side. Well, I can't combine anything with the right side because we have a variable and a constant term. So I'm just going to rewrite 8c plus negative 10. And I'm going to rewrite it actually 2 times to match up with the left side. All right, from here, I want to find my like terms. I have an 8c and an 8c on both sides. I have a negative 16 and I have a negative 10. Again, you can pick whichever term you want to move first. I'm personally going to move 8c on both sides. That leaves me with 0 plus negative 16, which equals negative 10. 0 plus negative 16 is negative 16, which equals negative 10. That is not true. Negative 16 does not equal negative 10, so this means that this is a no solution. There's no number you can put in for your C value for it actually to be true. Let's continue with the unit assessment day 2. Number 1, you want to save $100 for a ski trip. You earn $5 an hour babysitting. You've already saved $45. Write and solve an equation to find the number of hours you need to babysit to earn the rest of the money. Write the equation in this question only. So for number 1 on day 2, I only want the equation. So I'm going to start back by finding some key information. First sentence, you want to save $100 for a ski trip. So I want to save $100. That means that's going to be my total. So I'm going to add in my notes. This is going to be my total. You earn $5 an hour babysitting. You have already saved $45. So you already saved $45. Now we can go ahead and create our equation. We know that we want the total to be $100, which we can get that by babysitting $5 an hour. Now it doesn't say anything for how many hours, so I'm going to put H. H represents the number of hours. If you write, you can say H equals number of hours. And then I'm going to add 45. Because it said in there, I already saved $45. That's my equation. That's all you do on the first part of your, on the second part of your test. Moving on to number 2 from the second part. Now I'm going to solve the equation from the first and then show my work for each step. So let's rewrite that. 100 equals 5h plus 45. All right, well, let's begin with, does this have a subtraction? No, it does not. So I'm going to extend my equal sign. Then I'm going to identify my like terms. I have 100 and 45. Those are my constants. Then I have 5h, which is my variable term. I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides. So then that way I have my constants on the left, my variable on the right. The left side, 100 minus 45 is 55, which equals 5h. Then I'm going to do the opposite of multiplying 5 and h, and that is dividing. 55 divided by 5 is 11 equals h. So I want to actually write the explanation in here. So find the number of hours you need to babysit to earn the rest of the money. You have to babysit for 11 hours.